I'm going to show you how to print from PowerPoint into Smart Notebook. So I have this PowerPoint that I have found on the internet about animal groups, which is something I intend to teach next week. And I'd really like to put it into Smart Notebook so that I can make it interactive or possibly add some animations or sound effects to the slides. So I simply open up my PowerPoint. I go over to File and Print, just like I would do to print a hard copy on paper. But this time, instead of choosing a paper copy, I'm going to go down my list and choose the Smart Notebook Document Writer. And any computer in Coppell ISD or any computer that has Smart Notebook and all the drivers installed should have this as a printer option. Once I've selected that as a printer, I simply click Print. And then I'll have to wait about 5 to 10 seconds for a box to pop up, giving me two choices about how I would like to print this. The first option is Smart Notebook Pages with Images. And notice it says you're unable to edit these pages. So basically it's going to put this exact square into Smart Notebook with the color, the spacing, everything perfect, except you won't be able to edit it. So if I needed to change the content standard, I could not. Or if I wanted to change the color of the background, I could not. I could continue to add on top of the image that's on the back of the Smart Notebook page, but I couldn't actually edit what's already there. My second option does allow me to edit, but what you need to know is that by putting it in as editable objects, you may have some spacing or formatting issues that you'll want to take a look at before you use the notebook in presentation. So I'll choose OK. And depending on how long your PowerPoint is, will depend on how long it takes for this to open inside Smart Notebook. So we can see here, it looks pretty good. I've got the content standard, the spacing looks right. I can click on my content standard and I could change this. Since I did get it from the internet, this may be a common core standard that I'm not using in my class. Okay, and let's go to the next slide, check it out. We can see here that I do have some issues with the bullets. The bullets didn't come through exactly as they were on the other page. So I can play with the spacing a little bit. I could actually delete this object altogether if I wanted. Excuse me, delete this object altogether and go add a circular bullet, more traditional bullet if I wanted to. I can also play with the spacing a little bit on my text. Okay, and if I go to slide 3, you'll see another common issue. It did put in the color change here, but notice we have some overlapping text. So that's something I'm going to want to pay attention to and possibly go and just make some small edits to before I present to my class. So those are things you'll want to look at if you do make them editable, but what's nice is now if I wanted to add a sound effect to this picture, I could, or animations to this slide or to this text, I could do that as well. Okay, now really quickly, if I go back to my actual PowerPoint and look at File, I said this at the beginning, but I want to reiterate that anything that you could print normally, you could print into Smart Notebook. So if I have a Word document that maybe has some fill-in-the-blank questions, but I'd like to do it as a class, and it's already saved in Word, I could go to Print, choose my Smart Notebook Document Writer from inside Word, and it would put that fill-in-the-blank worksheet right into Smart Notebook, leaving some blanks, so that way the students could then use the pen tool and come up to the board and actually fill in the blanks together as a class. And that will work with a PDF, PowerPoint, spreadsheet, pretty much anything that you could print into Notebook and therefore use interactively on your board with your students.